Hey warriors, look around you. The modern world has created a new kind of slavery, mental slavery. You see it in their eyes. The quiet chaos. People scroll endlessly, switching from one thought to another, unable to focus for even 5 minutes without their minds trembling for stimulation. Their attention is divided, their energy scattered, and their thoughts controlled by what everyone else is saying. They don't think, they just react, and that, my friend, is how power is lost. You've been told your lack of focus is your fault, a personal failing, a weakness. That's a lie, engineered to keep you manageable. Your mind isn't weak because you're lazy. It's weak because it's full of noise. Noise from opinions, noise from gossip, noise from endless notifications that demand your attention every 5 seconds. You are not tired. You are overloaded. You are not unmotivated. You are unfocused. And in that confusion, your potential quietly bleeds away. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He observed that the most dangerous man is not the strongest or the richest, but the one who thinks clearly. Your mind is a blade. Every distraction dulls it. Every active focus sharpens it. The question is, how sharp can you make it? Today, you're going to learn how to use dark psychology to harden your focus, eliminate mental weakness, and rise above the noise. By the end of this video, you won't just understand how to focus. You'll become focus itself, calm, cold, deliberate. Because once you master your mind, no one can manipulate you. You'll become a silent strategist in a world full of noise. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My mind is my weapon. Section 1. The Law of Ruthless Elimination. Number 1. The Law of Ruthless Elimination. Focus is not motivation. It is control in its purest form. True focus is built through subtraction, not addition. A prince who wishes to secure his state cannot afford to be sentimental. He must identify threats and cut them away without mercy or hesitation. To tolerate a known threat is to guarantee your own downfall. Your mind is your state, and it is filled with traitors. Your notifications, your endless news feeds, the social media apps you scroll through out of habit, not joy. They are the clutter that consumes your energy with zero return. Most people approach their distractions with weakness. They try to manage them. This is a fool's errand. The Machiavellian approach is not to manage, but to eliminate. For example, consider a freelance writer whose income depends on her ability to produce high-quality articles. She finds her days fractured, her writing interrupted by the constant buzz of notifications. The weak approach is to tell herself she'll just check for a minute. The Machiavellian approach is to perform a digital purge. She doesn't just silence group chats. She leaves the ones that offer nothing but gossip. She doesn't just log out of social media. She deletes the apps from her phone entirely. She unsubscribes from dozens of marketing emails, ending the influx of manufactured urgency. This isn't about balance. It's a cold, calculated decision to sever the trivial in service of the vital. Become a ruthless prince of your own attention. Look at your phone. Which apps serve your highest goals, and which are merely dopamine dispensers? Delete the apps that do not serve your ascent. Do not hide them. Banish them. Look at your inbox. It is a petitioning hall filled with the demands of others, designed to keep you in a state of constant reaction. A wise prince creates systems. He delegates. He ignores. Your inbox is not your to-do list. Set specific scheduled times to engage with it. For the rest of the day, that gate is closed. Let them wait. Your focus is more valuable than their manufactured urgency. This process must be brutal and decisive. The weak man clings to his distractions because the silence that follows terrifies him. The strong man craves that silence. He knows that in silence, the noise of the world fades, and the voice of his own will becomes clear. This is the first law. Master it, and you have already won half the war. Section 2. The Fortress of the Mind. Number 2. The Fortress of the Mind. Once the traitors have been purged, a prince's next priority is to fortify his domain. A kingdom without walls is not a kingdom. It is a battlefield. Your environment is your fortress. For most people, this fortress is in ruins. The gates are open and distractions flow without resistance. The weak man adapts to his environment. The strong man makes his environment adapt to him. Take a student preparing for a critical entrance exam. The weak student studies on his bed, laptop open with a dozen tabs, phone buzzing beside him. He is adapting to chaos. The strong student builds a fortress. He designates a specific desk in a quiet corner of his home as his only study space. When he enters this space, his desk is clear of everything but his textbook, his notes, and a lamp. His phone is not just on silent. It's in another room, a physical barrier he is unwilling to cross during his focused work block. He installs a website blocker on his computer, viewing it not as a crutch, but as a loyal guard ordered to repel all digital invaders. This isn't about being comfortable. It's a strategic engineering of the environment to make discipline the path of least resistance. Begin with the physical fortress. Your workspace. Is it a command center or the messy playroom of a child? When you engage in deep work, your desk should hold only what is essential for that task. Nothing else. Your phone, the greatest Trojan horse of the modern age, must be removed. Not turned over, not put on silent. It must be placed in another room. This physical separation creates a powerful psychological boundary. Create zones. This desk is for creating. This chair is for rest. Do not work in the space you rest in. Do not scroll on your phone in the space you create in. The environment itself becomes a trigger for discipline. Next, fortify the digital fortress. Use technology to fight technology. Employ website blockers, not as a sign of weakness, but as loyal sentinels guarding your gates. Command them to let no enemies pass. Finally, build walls in your calendar. Block out non-negotiable hours for deep work. Treat these appointments with yourself with the same gravity you would treat a meeting with a head of state. When someone tries to book you, you are unavailable. I am not available at that time is a complete sentence. It is the statement of a ruler, not the plea of a subject. This fortress is not a prison. It is a sanctuary. Inside these walls, you are free from the tyranny of the urgent. You are in command. If you're still watching, it means you are ready to fight back. Hit that like button to signal your commitment, and let's keep crushing mediocrity. Thanks for everything. Section 3. The Economy of Action. Number 3. The Economy of Action. How does a prince achieve his ambitions? The common assumption is more effort, more hours, more hustle. This is the path of the fool who mistakes motion for progress. Machiavelli knew better. True power lies not in frantic effort, but in the economy of action, precise, decisive, and overwhelming force applied at the crucial point. You must abandon the cult of busyness. The man who boasts of juggling 10 tasks at once is a master of none. His attention is divided, his energy dissipated, his impact diluted. Consider a small business owner. Her to-do list is endless. Answer emails, update the website, create social media content, develop a new product, and handle bookkeeping. The weak approach is to chip away at all of them, spending 30 minutes on each. At the end of the day, she feels busy, but has made no significant progress on any front. The Machiavellian ruler identifies the one action that will secure the kingdom: develop the new product. This is the critical battle. For the first 2 hours of her day, her prime cognitive hours, she directs her entire army of focus onto that single task. The emails can wait. The social media posts can wait. She directs her elite forces to the point of greatest impact, making a mile of progress in one direction instead of an inch in 10. The Machiavellian path to mastery is through single tasking, deep work. You choose one, and only one, objective of high importance. You gather all your resources, your entire army, and you direct it at this single point. For a period of 90 minutes or 2 hours, this one task is your entire world. Nothing else exists. This is the economy of action. Instead of making an inch of progress in 10 different directions, you make a mile of progress in one. At the start of each day, identify the single most important battle that must be won. This is your primary target. Give your best, most productive hours to this single task. Do not waste your prime cognitive energy on answering emails. A prince sends his elite forces to the most critical point of the battle, not to patrol the supply lines. This approach requires nerve. You must have the discipline to let the small fires burn. People may initially resent your newfound boundaries, but they will eventually respect the results. Men admire intentions, but they bow to outcomes. Stop celebrating busyness. Start celebrating decisiveness. You will move less, but you will achieve more. Section 4. The power of strategic withdrawal. Number 4. The power of strategic withdrawal. This principle is the most counterintuitive in our age of hypervisibility. A foolish prince is always in the public eye, surrounded by the noise of his court. He is accessible, but he is not in control. A wise prince knows the value of retreat. Not a retreat of cowardice, but a strategic withdrawal to the war room, where clarity is found and strategy is forged. In the 21st century, you must have the courage to strategically withdraw. You must embrace solitude as a weapon. Think of a CEO overwhelmed by daily meetings, market trends, and competitor movements. The constant external input clouds her judgment. A strategic withdrawal is her countermaneuver. She schedules one morning a week where she is completely offline and unreachable. She takes a walk in a park or sits in a quiet library with only a journal. This isn't time off. It is in this manufactured silence, away from the court's demands, that she can finally connect disparate pieces of information, challenge her own assumptions, and form a clear, long-term vision. She asks, are we doing this because it's our strategy, or because it's a reaction to our rivals? This solitude is not empty. It is a crucible for strategy. This is not about becoming a hermit. It is about creating deliberate, scheduled periods of disconnection. A walk in nature without your phone. An hour each morning with a journal and nothing else. A full day offline. A ghost in the machine. During these periods of withdrawal, you are not doing nothing. You are engaging in the most important work of all. It is in the silence that data becomes knowledge, and knowledge becomes wisdom. Solitude is your shield against the tyranny of external opinions. The world wants to tell you what to think and what to value. Solitude is the quiet space where you can ask yourself, is this my goal, or a goal that has been implanted in me? The ability to be alone with your thoughts is a superpower. Most people are terrified of it. The moment they are left without stimulus, they reach for their phones. You must train yourself to do the opposite. Lean into the silence. Allow your mind to process. This is where your true priorities will surface. In an age of constant access, scarcity creates value. The man who is always available is taken for granted. The man who is strategically scarce commands respect. Let them wonder where you are. When you re-emerge, you do so on your own terms, with your power intact and your purpose clear. We have uncovered a battle plan, not for conquering a city-state, but for reclaiming the sovereign territory of your mind. First, the law of ruthless elimination. Cut away the trivial without mercy. Second, the fortress of the mind. Engineer your environment into an impenetrable sanctuary for focus. Third, the economy of action. Abandon multitasking and apply your full concentrated power to a single objective. And finally, the power of strategic withdrawal. Step away from the noise to find clarity in solitude. These are not productivity hacks. They are principles of power. They are a declaration that your attention is not for sale, and your mind is not a playground for algorithms. This is an act of rebellion. The path is not easy. It requires discipline the masses will not understand. But you are not most people. The very fact that you have watched this far proves you are seeking to take back command. Start now. Choose one of these principles and apply it with cold, absolute commitment. Drop this final affirmation in the comments. Focus is power. Because in an age of engineered distraction, the man or woman with unwavering focus is king. Rule your mind, or someone else will.